What's up, guys? Texas Homer and I are going to recap Louisiana from last weekend, talk about Arkansas coming up this Saturday, and answer questions from fans directly from YouTube. This video is brought to you by Shakiba Capital, a new way to invest. If you haven't already, visit shakibacapital.com to grow your portfolio. And thank you to Inside Texas for bringing fans on this exclusive content. If you haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to InsideTexas.com. You ready to get started, Homer?
Yeah, sure I am. You feeling good being a YouTuber now? And first off, I think you had an awesome opener. You made some really accurate throws. You avoided any sketchy passes. I didn't see any opener type throws out of you, and you look comfortable. But in your eyes, how was the stadium atmosphere with the fans? You grew up going to those games with your family. You were a big fan. So what was that like just coming out of the tunnel?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Just like I said, growing up, going to these games, and now being a part of it with the full stadium it was pretty surreal. All of it, going up from Bevo Walk all the way to the whole experience. So it was pretty special.
Did you get any opportunities to look around? We have some pictures of you smiling and stuff, man. You were composed, so it seemed like you were taking it in.
Yeah, of course. I think that's important too. I tried to as much as I could, obviously to stay focused, but it was really cool.
Do y'all ever get bummed out that y'all don't get to actually go hang out and watch your games? Because it looks like those things outside are fun, man. Bevo Boulevard, all that.
I
Y'all get
know,
to
right?
walk
I
through,
know.
but I'm sure you would have loved that growing up, man.
No, I would have for sure. And especially with all the new stuff they got going on, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty special. But I'm looking forward to when I graduate to be able to come back and experience it all.
Drewster on YouTube, he asked, how did you mentally prepare before heading out of the tunnel for the game? Were there any butterflies that you're experiencing pre-game or early on?
Yeah, I think if you don't get butterflies, you got something a little wrong with you. I think it's a good thing as long as you channel it in the right direction. But we got settled in. Obviously, going into the game and seeing the crowd and everything like that is you get a little adrenaline rush, which is pretty awesome. But I had a little bit, but I got settled in.
And you're an adrenaline junkie, man. I saw there's pictures of you jumping off boats, snowboarding. So clearly you like that kind of adrenaline. I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it is.
absolutely.
It's energizing, man.
Yeah. And I think too, just preparation and for me, just having faith, and that really helps me because I think preparation builds confidence. So um, I wasn't too bad, but obviously I had a little bit of nerves going in.
Yeah, good nerves, exciting
Good
nerves.
nerves.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
then when we talk about the first series of the game, it was a three and out deflection, stuffed run, and then a inaccurate go ball. B Wiley wants to know what went through your head after. What did you tell yourself? What did Sark tell you when you went to the sidelines? Because you clearly corrected that very quickly. So kind of what was the thought process there? Just whoops, let's get back on it.
Yeah, just to keep your composure. It's a long game. Obviously, you're gonna get hit with some adversity sometime throughout the game. We were confident in what we had in our scheme and everything like that. They had some good play calls to our plays, and it worked out for them. But just keeping our composure and knowing that we can go out there and compete with anyone.
Bryce Mills asked on YouTube, and this is a very common question, but did you feel prepared for the speed of the game? Because it seems like you did settle in quickly.
Yeah, we practice against, I mean, each other, which is the best it gets. So they prepare me well, the coaches prepare me well, and we play against the best competition each day at practice. So that really helps me.
Yeah. How often do y'all guys go good versus you guys on scout?
Yeah, we go good on good every day at practice just to keep the speed. It may not be as much, especially when we have a game week or later on in the week, just to keep fresh. But we like to go against each other just to be ready for the speed of the game when it comes Saturday.
Yeah, man. And you've got some good defensive backs you have to face, man. So that always
Absolutely.
helps. It's probably frustrating a little bit in practice, but when you get in the game, you're like, oh, all right, he
Yeah,
helped
no
me.
doubt.
Let's talk about some X's and O's, kind of few plays of actual interest. Get your mindset, what you were thinking through the plays, and kind of what you saw. And first, it was the big one was the touchdown to Cade Brewer between the two defenders late in the second quarter. Most quarterbacks don't complete that throw, and B don't even attempt it. And so Texas and you did, and it was a strike, boy. And so Texas Horns fan asks if you can take us through the Brewer TD throw. What did you see? What was the read on the play? Was that all just about trusting your arm?
Yeah, so I had a 1A, 1B type of option. Those are in my progression. One to the running back in the flat, and then Cade. And I knew he would set it up, and I knew it would be a tight window, but I just tried to anticipate it and trust my training. And it was pretty cool to throw Cade a touchdown just because we went to the same high school, so that's a pretty special moment.
Yeah, for sure, man. And he got you. He had your lead block on your run.
when
Yeah,
you
he did.
scored. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what I
yeah.
saw.
So that was cool. Yeah, Cade was doing some good stuff back there. And y'all, you threw it good, man. You threw it low, kind of right in that waist area. He came to it. So it was good, man. It was good receiving and good throwing. The second play that I wanted to discuss, because I didn't even, in real time, I didn't even understand what happened. I had to go back and watch it. But it was, you threw that first down to Whittington right over the middle on 2nd and 13, midway through the quarter. And once again, that's where I got to see the hyper quick release. That was super high velocity. Like I said, I thought you got deflected. I didn't even see the ball get to him, and high accuracy. And so you also have had a couple young quarterbacks reach out and comment too about, the actual skills to improve. And so I wanted to ask, whenever we're seeing high velocity out of you and high accuracy, what are you repping in practice and with Brad to sharpen your accuracy while being able to put more velocity on the throws as well?
Yeah, I think part of it is just getting extra reps and practice after practice, and just getting that extra work in. And then a lot of people don't realize, but it's not just the arm working; it's your whole body working together, and it has a little chain, and that's where a lot of torque comes from. So that's where me and Brad have been working a lot in the off season, and how he's helped me a whole lot.
Yeah, because your power's coming from your hips. Your arms just
Oh,
slinging it,
absolutely.
but yeah, everything's coming from your hip separation and shoulder separation. But how do you actually, besides just reps, how do you physically get a stronger arm? Do you just sit out there and throw the 10-yard out a bunch? Like, how do you actually improve? Is it just because you're physically maturing as well, and that's going to improve it naturally?
I think so. For me, I've always been, especially in high school, 180 pounds. So once I got into Texas and gained about 20, I think it's helped me with my velocity, and obviously just trying to get better in the off season, that really translate into the season. So I think adding weight has helped me create more velocity, and then just training in those two combined.
Does your added weight give you more of a powerful feel when you're scrambling and running as well? Do you feel like you have more power behind it? Or how does that work with the weight gain on your mobility side?
Yeah, I think it's important not to gain too much too fast, and to gain good weight and not put on bad weight to where it'll affect you in that way. So that's something in the off season that I've really focused on, just to put on good weight and not lose any of that mobility, and then just exercising and stretching to try to keep my body loose so I don't get tight when I put on muscle.
Are you a cardio guy? Do you like running, or do you do running because of the benefits? Or are you one of those guys that likes cardio?
More of the benefits. I don't mind it, but obviously you got to run to play football. So
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I like the effects it could do.
yeah,
And
no
then
doubt.
a big thing I was really impressed was our ability to complete on third downs. So often third and long. And then, of course, we don't want to be in third and long that often again in the future, but it still gave us a chance to see what happens if we do. So it was assuring knowing you guys could, or was it assuring knowing you guys could get the first down when push came to shove?
Yeah, I think that was a big outcome in the game. Third down super important, and we were good on third down. Our efficiency, I think we're 67%
10
third
for
down.
15, I think.
Yep, and then obviously that fourth down we were able to get. So I think that was a huge component and factor in the ball game, and it was good for us to come out there week one and be able to do that. Obviously, we don't want to be in third and long that often, so that's something we're going to try and clean up, and not have to go through that trouble. But when it came up, we were able to push through and get those first downs, which was important.
Yeah, and we saw, Whittington um, I mean, great route running, man. I mean, he injured the linebacker on that
And
on that whip route or whatever, and
it was a great route.
yeah, like that was a crazy route. And so just seeing him, because we had heard all practice, that Whittington's got the looks of a number one who can get you that third down when you need it and all that. So, and as a fan, Whittington, everybody's been waiting on Whittington to get his shine. So that was awesome, man. Oh, we're gonna talk about your 4th and 6 because I tweeted out as soon as I saw it. I didn't even care if y'all made it. The fact that we called 4th and 6 right there, that's the right place to call it too. We were in the right spot. Henry Gatlin asks, Coach Sark kept you on the field on a 4th and 6, showing he trusts you and respects your game enough to call a big play like that early on. So, how did it feel going into that play for you? Do you're like, all right, we're gonna get this, or were you excited that he called it? You know, all that stuff.
Yeah, Coach Sark's an aggressive play caller. I had a feeling that it was coming. They're great at communicating and on when those opportunities will come up. And once it was called, I knew it was an important down. But just focus on your training, focus on the task at hand in that play, and don't make one play bigger than the other. Just try to keep your composure. And I saw an opening, and I thought I could get the first down. So that's what I did.
Yeah, yeah, keep doing that,
I
man.
probably I probably could have went straight and got the first down besides going all the way to the sideline.
Yep.
So just
Yeah.
having a little bit
That
better.
was yeah, was that
Yeah, you had that fourth where you could have cut inside, but you went and you
Yeah.
got the yard. But you had good awareness because that's what I was worried. I was like, oh no, he's not getting it. But you knew where the sticks were. So yeah, it worked out, man. Wrapping up game one with Louisiana, and you kind of just said it here. Dean Carpenter on YouTube asked, were there any missed opportunities in the Louisiana game when you look back that you wish if you would have seen live, or maybe you did see it live, but didn't get there?
Yeah, I think a couple of deep balls, just keeping the receivers on the path that they're on, especially on post balls, is a big emphasis going into next week. And then obviously we just need to limit the penalties. We had a couple of offsides, so just being able to communicate better with the line and try to eliminate those.
Now we go into Fayetteville this week to play Arkansas, 76,000 capacity, old foe, and sold out crowd for the first time since 2017. So you're going to have a good audience for you. And also, we have that kind of SEC arrival looming in the foreseeable future. So, the fans are going to be rowdy, eyes are going to be on it. So, what are you doing to accommodate yourself in such an environment? And I heard Sark's presser today. I love how he phrased it because this is how you have to think. He was talking about, hopefully we can be able to enjoy that environment. And that's really the question is how do you turn it on its head? And then you're like, hey, man, I'm a gladiator in an arena right now. This is fun.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really cool experience. I haven't really experienced anything like that just because of last year, and it wasn't quite the same. So I think it'll be a really cool experience to go out there. And I actually have a bunch of friends that go to Arkansas too, so I know all of them will be there. So it'll be pretty cool just to be able to play in front of my friends from high school and all the way to Little League. And then I know their crowd is going to be rowdy, but just trusting our training and just going out there and to execute.
Yeah. And then in your past games, like in high school and stuff, do you like the going into the away team where it's hostile? Do you get energy off of that? Is that something that's kind of enjoyable at some level to you? Because I know you're a thrill seeker. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I think it'll be a cool experience. I know Arkansas is a cool place, and I know they have great fans. So they're not obviously going to be rooting for us, but I know we'll have some Longhorn Nation in there rooting us on. So at least we'll have some of us too.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I know a lot of the major fans that I know, they're traveling out. And hey, man, you might pick up some fans. You always got an opportunity to convert.
Yeah, you never know, right?
And then any players on Arkansas's defense that really stick out to you whenever you guys are watching the film? I know Bumper Pool's going to be out for the first half. That's a very aggressive linebacker, very good at tackling. Grant Morgan's kind of their leader. He got targeting too, but he'll be back. So clearly the linebackers are down to scrap. And then you have Catalon, who was a major Texas target back in the day, and we missed on him. And I was watching 3 games from them last night, and that dude's all over the place. He's in the run game. He's up high. If you overthrow anything over the middle, he'll be there. So I know I named a bunch of players, so you don't have to pick the ones I named, but which ones stuck out when you actually watched the tape?
Yeah, for sure. Those guys that you mentioned are obviously really good players. They have most of their players returning. I think there's 4 that are not, 2 transfers. And then obviously, like you said, the linebackers are really experienced, really smart football players. And then obviously number one, the safety is a great player. He'll come downhill quick. So they have a really good defense. They're going to be a really good opponent, and we're going to have to have a good week of practice to prepare for them.
We're going up against Barry Odom, who's the defensive coordinator. He was at head coach in Missouri for a bit too, and he's kind of known for that John Heacock Iowa State style, where you have three down linemen and then you drop eight into coverage. And what that does for the fans that don't know is that puts more people back there, so the windows are tighter. But also, what they're going to do to Card by doing that is they're all going to be looking at him. So normally, if a defender's back is turned to you, a quarterback is trained to say that that guy's open. But now you're going to have everyone staring, looking to get the pick. So, how do you prepare for throwing into those tight windows with multiple defensive backs kind of staring you down?
Yeah, their D coordinator is a great coach. And when they do drop eight, it, it's obviously more difficult to throw the ball, but I think our coaches are going to have a great plan for us going into the week. And then just seeing the zone players, not necessarily looking at my receiver directly, but having awareness and good vision to see all of that, and then just finding open spots in the zone. So that'll kind of be my mindset going into this week, and just trying to get better in that force and that aspect of the game in practice.
Good stuff. I think that's the right answer, man, because they're just gonna force you to hit your spots. And also that three down that three down's interesting. They game plan it. When they played against Leach in Mississippi State, it was almost exclusively three down. But if you have some more condensed stuff, you're not air raid guy, so you're most likely going to see that on third and long. Kind of the final question, just kind of what is a week? This is from YouTube commenter Sam Darnold, and I doubt it's that Sam Darnold, but maybe. And he wanted to know what's your daily schedule like. How many hours do you guys spend watching film? Kind of, what does a week of preparation look like for you?
Yeah, we practice in the morning, watch film during that time, and then I go to school, go to classes, tutors, all that sort, and then film in the afternoon with the coaches as well. And then on my downtime, watch as much film and prepare as much as I can, and obviously eat and try to get as good a sleep as I can through that process.
All right, Hudson, I'm out of questions, so I'm going to head out. It's all you. Good luck on Saturday, man, and great job last game. Peace out.
Thanks, Homer. Appreciate it. Make sure you comment down below so we can talk next week in the next video. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up for Inside Texas at insidetexas.com, and make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate y'all.